Fine. Now when we are saying today is 27th, okay, 27th. Now this is again we are saying now you have understood. Only thing is we have to clear the concepts, okay. What is the evidence? We will say that it is to be sufficient. We say that if it should be sufficient and it should be appropriate. Is it right? If it should be appropriate, fine. What is sufficient and what is appropriate? In simple words, sufficient means in terms of quantity. How much you can one source, two sources, three sources, how many multiple sources. You have to get as multiple sources as possible. Okay? And appropriate means you have to focus on quality also. It's not like that I'm getting the information and I'm just focusing on the quantity of information. You should have sufficiently, you should balance quantity and quality. Now, when you are doing this chapter will be base for other chapters, okay? This chapter will be the source, it is the basis for other chapters, okay? This is the basis for other chapters. Here in this chapter, I am telling you in advance, we are going to cover the basic fundamentals, okay? Till now, I told you that we are going to cover assertions in next chapters, in next classes. Whatever I said that we will cover in the next sessions, those things we will cover. And most important, the brain, the heart behind audit is the evidence. I can say the brain, the heart, everything. This is the main organs of the audit, okay? The evidence. How without evidence we cannot come to a conclusion. Is it right? Without evidence, conclusion is a big question mark. We cannot come to that. Now, once we are doing the evidence, what are the different types of evidences we have to use? We are using the evidence with respect to only one thing, financial statements only. Okay, we are not talking about any other thing. Okay, now we will cover this, how it is there. When we see, now you will see how you will cover evidence. This is what you are doing in actual audit. Okay, this is what you are doing in actual audit. Explain the assertions. Okay, what are the different types of assertion? Assert means you have to make sure that it is there. I'm asserting my sentence, I am asserting my words, means I am giving support with evidence to my what I am saying. Okay, assertions in relation to class of transactions, account balances, is right, with respect to classes of transactions, with respect to balances at the period end, because we are doing the audit at the end of the year, at the period end. Closing balances are very important, okay? And presentation and disclosure. Wherever you are talking, we are discussing about any materiality, there should be an assertion. You have to assert, means yes, it has been done. Yes, it has been there. Is it? There should not be no percentage of doubt has to be there. That is the why we are talking about assertion. During the audit procedures, if you are working, whenever auditors will come, you will find these things. When you go as an auditor, you will also do the same thing. Or to obtain evidence, how you are going to obtain evidence? Simple concept, easy concepts, okay? You will do inspection. Fine, you will do inspection, you will inspect whether it is there or not, material there or not, cash is there or not. Is that you will inspect inventory? Is that you will inspect inventory? You will inspect physical cash. Is that you will inspect physical cash, whether the physical cash is there or not. You will inspect the bank balance. Okay, you are getting the confirmation from the bank. Is that you are inspecting the physically cash, and you are inspecting what you are inspecting non-current assets, property, plant, and equipment. especially plant and equipment. Is that especially plant and equipment you will inspect? Means you will have so many observations are there. Is it right? So many evidences are there. You will apply selectively. Is it right? You will apply selectively where it is applicable. Sometimes you will observe, you will make an observation. Is it right? You will make an observation. Where you are making observation, your observation in terms of inventory count. Okay? Wherever there is a inventory count, you will observe. Okay? How they are doing. You will talking in terms of payment of wages. You will observe how wages are being paid. Okay? Now likewise, every other case you will have different way of collecting the audit evidence. You will have external confirmation. From where you will get external confirmation? You want anything from the third party. Is that you have third party? You have inventory at the third party location. You have plant and equipment. Okay, plant and equipment at the third party. A third party location, then you will get the confirmation. You will, most importantly, you will get bank confirmation. Is it? You will get bank confirmation at the year end. Okay, at the year end you will get the confirmation from the bank. You will do recalculation. Is it right? You will give recalculation. Recalculation in terms of what? You will do depreciation, totaling. Is it right? You do totaling. Is it right? You do whatever, what is the percentage, like this. Okay? You will do the totaling. You know the accuracy. Sometimes you will do the re-performance. Is it? You are talking about the salaries, how they are doing. You are paying about the taxes, how they are doing. Depreciation, how they are calculating. Likewise, again you will re-perform. Okay? When you are doing this, we are doing on the everything we are doing on a sample basis. Sampling we will cover in the next lecture, 7.8. Okay? 7.8 will be exclusively about the sampling. Re-perform. You will analyze. Okay? Always when you are doing, we will analyze present year with the previous year. Okay? With the previous year. What is how the trend has been happening. And in some cases, we will also make an inquiry. He said we will also make an inquiry. Now, these are the audit procedures we are doing, okay, to collect the evidence. Okay, to obtain the evidence, these are the procedures. Discuss the quality and quantity of evidence. Is it that I said quantity is nothing but sufficient? Is it right? Quantity is nothing, quality is nothing but appropriate. Since the beginning we are covering this, the sufficient and appropriate evidence. Okay, discuss the relevance and reliability of the evidence. Okay, it's very interesting topic, very important topic and very interesting. This is where the audit comes into picture, the core aspects. I told you, this is, you can say it is a heart, you can say it is a brain, but it is both brain and heart of the audit. Okay, now when you do the things, see, this is a system of flow chart. Okay, I will cover this at a later stage. Okay, I will cover this in terms of documentation. I will cover this. Fine. When you are talking about the audit evidence, you are talking about the quality of audit evidence. You are doing that, how you are taking the audit evidence in terms of financial statement assertions. Okay, assertion. For the first time, we are going to cover assertions here. And it will be there in the examination, it will be there. Okay, understand? It will be there means it will be there. Use of assertions in obtaining the evidence. Okay, what are the different types of assertions? For different, for inventory there is a different assertion, for plant and equipment, for valuation, everywhere there will be different assertions will be there. Either one side we are talking about financial statement assertion, and the other side we are talking about the how we are going to procedures for obtaining the evidence. When we are saying obtaining the evidence, there are two things. Till now we have done theoretically, okay? We understand the concepts. Now we understand the practicality. You will have how you are going to get. You will have a test of controls and substantive procedure. Slowly we are coming to the core aspects. Almost lecture 7. Okay, almost lecture 7. We are coming to the core aspect. What are the test of controls and substantive? In the examination they will give, okay, they will give minimum, I can say that minimum it will be for 6 to 10 marks. Minimum it is 6 to test of control. Differentiate between test of controls and what is test of control, what is substantive. Test of controls is testing the controls, whether the controls are effective or not. Is that substantive procedures means I told you we have to start from the beginning and we have to go sequence wise till we are going to get the confirmation from the director, from the management, written confirmation from the external parties, reconciliation in the end. Then that is the substantive procedures. Okay, very important here also. When you are talking about assertions, they will not give individually, but they will give you somewhere with, they will combine with some concept and they will ask you the assertions. Okay, now once you are talking about test of controls, what are they, how you are going to have substantive procedure. Now we are talking about the evidence, is it right? We are doing analytical procedures, we are doing, see I will put the numbers, is that it is not the sequence number because there we have to started with inspection if I am right. Okay, you have the inspection, you, is right, you I will put like this, you have analytical procedures, you have a inspection, you are doing a recalculation. We have to write this much only. Okay, no further things you should mention. Whatever is there specifically, it has to be done. I will let you know. Okay, you are talking about the analytical procedures, inspection, recalculation, getting the confirmation from the external parties. You have a, again they have mentioned analytical procedures. Okay, and again they have mentioned the analytical procedures. Here you are talking about the inquiry, and we will do re-performance and observations. Anything is missing there? 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many are there here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, they have done analytical procedures 2 times. Okay, now we are doing the thing. See what we have done till now. This is the way it will work. Is that we have done the planning, the audit. We have done the understanding the entity. We have done the assessing the risk at the planning stage. Is that now we will do test of controls. If test of controls are satisfactory, is that even if it is satisfactory, we will do procedures. Okay, we will do few procedures. We will not do procedures in detail. If it is not satisfactory, first we will report to the management, then we will do the substantive procedures. It means if the test of controls are not are ineffective, very clear. Don't hold the words when you are writing the things. Make it clear. If they are ineffective, then we have to do the substantive procedures. Okay, we will cover this at a later stage, the other parts. Okay, now what is the audit evidence? See, when you are saying audit, when you are writing ISA, is just somebody asked me, you have to write this. Is it at ISA 500 audit evidence? Okay, ISA 500 add. See, it makes the difference. Examination, I am telling you this. It makes the difference. Done. There is no other option. Audit evidence is all of the information used by auditor in arriving at the conclusion on which your opinion is based. It is the information. What is the information on which we are arriving at a conclusion? Is that we are arriving at a conclusion and we are giving the opinion. Okay, this is what it says. ISA 500 audit evidence. What is audit evidence? See, I cannot. Nobody is there. Is it that we are going to memorize the same as it is? But when you are reflecting this in the examination, you have to make sure that you should not change the words. Audit evidence is all the information used by the auditor in arriving the conclusion on which we are audit opinion is based. Some are more complicated, some are easy, okay, but make sure that even you are writing in your own words, the message meaning should not change. Fine, that's done, okay, that is done. Now auditors, you need to design. We are all plan as simple. Once you are designing and performing the procedures, how we are doing, okay, what is the steps. Design is nothing but what are the steps we are doing. Is it right? Stages, I can say like this. In the procedure that are, what are the appropriate, because what happens, you cannot, if you are talking in terms of cash, procedures will be different. You are talking in terms of inventory, procedures is different. You are talking in terms of plant and equipment, procedures is different. Likewise, for every other element of financial statements, the procedures will be different. Means we have to, that are appropriate in the circumstances for the purpose of obtaining audit evidence. Always they say appropriate. Is that appropriate means I am telling you again and again, it is nothing but the quality. There are two is it right? Again I am reading. Auditors need to design and perform procedures. Is it right? That are appropriate to the circumstances. Which are you are going for a inventory audit. Procedures will be different. You are doing a plant and equipment, procedures is different. You are talking about receivables, procedures will be different. Okay. Now for the obtaining sufficient, there are two attributes of audit evidence. One is sufficiency. The second one is the second one is appropriate. What the sufficiency talks about? In simple words, sufficiency talks about the quantity. Is it? Sufficiency talks about the sufficiency is that it measures the quantity of audit evidence. Now we will say that yes, you have the quantity, then no, quantity should be balanced. Okay, quantity should be balanced with what? Quantity should be balanced with quality. That is the reason. Is that this is going to be sufficient, this is going to be appropriate. Are you clear about this? Is it clear about this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, anywhere, any doubt, just to stop me, straight away stop me, because these are little bit I'm saying these are little bit difficult concepts. Okay. You may understand easily, but from my perception, from examination point of view, this is comparatively, we have to be very focused. The quantity evidence required by the auditor's assessment of risk of material misstatements and also by the quality of such evidence. Is it that now you are saying, when you are saying that you are doing test of controls, okay, they are doing test of controls. Assume that the test of controls are ineffective. Either our test of controls are giving more errors. Now what we'll do, we'll say that yes, I want more quantity, more number of evidences to make sure that I am going to make a good conclusion, appropriate conclusion with an opinion. Okay, what we are saying, the most important thing is you should have the quantity of evidence. The quantity of evidence should be in order to make a conclusion, and this conclusion will give you an opinion. Okay, this is the basic thing. This is what we are talking in terms of evidence. Okay, this is what we are talking about, the evidence. Okay, again I am repeating, the quantity of audit evidence is affected by the auditor's assessment, okay, of the risk. You will see, yes, if the risk is high, definitely you will you will take more number of samples. Okay, and also the quality. If the quality is less, is it? If the uh, information is not as per your requirement, as per the audit evidence, definitely what you will do, you increase number of samples. Okay, you need number of samples. That is what we are talking about, appropriateness of the evidence. Fine. Now, what is the appropriateness? The appropriateness of what is the measure of the quality. Okay, one side we are talking in terms of quantity, another side we are talking in terms of quality. See, it should be relevant and it should be reliable. Okay, it should be relevant for what we are doing, and most important thing is it should be reliable. Is it? It should be reliable. In relevance and reliability, especially in reliability, we have good concepts of understanding. Is it that in simple terms, if the information is taken internally within the organization, the reliability will be less. If it is taken from external source, bank balance, example, is it that I immediately I will explain with example. Bank balance, if you are taking from the company records, it is internal. If you are taking from bank, it is external. Internal evidence, they have less reliability. We are not questioning the reliability, but it is less reliable. External sources, you are taking the bank balance from the bank, directly from the bank, it is more reliable. Is it right? This is the simple example we are talking about, reliable. Fine. Now this is what the quality. Quality consists of what? Quality, when we are saying it is a quality, is that quality have two different facts. Okay, the two different sources. The first one is it is going to be a relevance. The second one it has to be reliable. It has to be related and it has to be reliable. Okay, this is the concept of when you are talking about the quality. Quality is nothing but it is appropriate. Now you understand, is it? Appropriate. Is that now you can understand how the things will work. Is that when we are giving the information, it should be relevant, it should be reliable. That's all. Nothing is there. Simple concept. Again, I will revise. Every 2-3 slides, I will revise the things as needed. Is that relevance? What? Relevance means it should be a logical connection. Is that? It should be, relevance means logical connection. It said the source should be there, relevant. It should be, what is the logic? Logic means there should be a reason and there should be a result. Is that? There should be a reason, there should be a result. The logic means what? There should be if you have a question, then there should be an answer. Is it right? That is what it says. You should, means what we are asking is that you are an auditor and you are asking some information. He has to give that information which is related to. You are asking for the inventory, then he has to talk about inventory. See, you are asking for purchases, then purchases should be there. Is that you are talking in terms of sales? That is what relevant, is it right? That's what relevant says. With the purpose of procedures and assertions. Still I am not touching this word of assertions. Within few slides I will touch this. Is that what there should be a relevant information. Then only you will come to a conclusion. Is it right? Then only you can come to a conclusion. If there is no logical connection, then there will be no relevance. Now I will tell you the logical relevance. Okay, how the law? You are talking in terms of purchases. Okay, you are talking in terms of purchases. You have to see what is the backward. You should have the purchase invoice should be there. When you are purchasing, you have logical connection. Okay, you should have a suppliers list. Okay, you should have a approved suppliers list. Okay, you should have a approved that is the link. Okay, that is the link. Next, when you are talking about the purchases, it has to be approved by the responsible person. Is it right? Who is responsible for the purchases? Is that it has to have a necessary approval. This is what we are going to say it is a logical connection. When you are purchasing, is it right? When you are purchasing, again you see what is there. When you are purchasing, you should have goods received note, GRN. Okay, I'm telling you, is that I'm writing intentionally in short words. You can write in short words in examination. You should have goods received note. Okay, you should have, when you are purchasing, there should be a payment. Is it right? There should be a payment. I'm just giving a broader understanding. Okay, broader understanding means this is if you take the from first till last. Is it right? From first till last, then it is going to be called as a logical connection. Anything, if you are talking about sales, from beginning till the end, okay, from beginning till the, that is what relevance talks about. Is that what is the reliability? It is the source of audit. Is it that I gave you the things? Is that I have gave you the reliability here? Is that source of evidence, circumstances under which it is obtained? Again I am saying very simple. See, audit paper is very simple. You should understand the things very clearly what they are asking. You have to provide that. That's the most important thing. You should not cover other topics. How we are obtaining the evidence, is it right? Reliable. Definitely, if I am giving I am giving oral by voice, is it right? I am giving by voice. The reliability will be less. If I am giving in writing, is it right? If it is a written response, okay, if it is a written response, it is more reliable. Is it right? It is more reliable. That's what it says. The evidence has to be reliable. Is it right? Sometimes you will get oral response, voice response. That is not reliable. If you are getting internally from your own staff, is it right? If you are getting the information from your own staff, less reliable. But if you are getting information from external people, we make it from the banks. You are getting information from the legal people. It is more reliable. Is it right? It is legal experts. It is more reliable. You are getting information from the third parties. Okay? From the third parties. Is it? It is more reliable. Getting my point? That's what it said. The entire concept behind this is how we are going to get the information. Is it right? Now you keep this in mind. Okay? What you are doing when you are saying it is an appropriate means in terms of quality. When you are saying it is a quality, it has to be relevant, it has to be reliable. Is that I will write again? Is that I will write very clearly relevant. The process, is it right? The process from the beginning till the end. That is the logical connection. Okay? Anything is missing, definitely things will be doubtful. Fine? Now, when you are doing the thing, now you see the things. Quality of evidence. From various sources you are getting. What is the reliable? From various sources we are getting the information. We are getting the information from external parties, from external sources, more reliable than obtained from entities record. Entities record is internal. Is it right? Because from external party, the most important thing is there should be independent source. Is that why it is external party? It is independent. We are not getting internally from the staff. It is not independent. Okay. Next, what is the source of audit? Evidence obtained directly by auditors is more reliable than indirect. If you are getting information directly from where you will get the auditors have the access, can get the information about the bank balances directly from the bank. It is right. That is more reliable. Next, evidence obtained from the entity is more reliable when the related controls are effective. You will have test of controls. Is it right? You have test of controls. When you have test of controls, if it is controls are effective, then the evidence is more reliable. Okay, if the test of controls are effective, then the evidence is more reliable. You are testing the controls by yourself. Okay, you are testing the controls by yourself. Next, just now I told you, if it is given in writing, it is more reliable. Is there evidence in the form of paper, electronic, SMS? Is it right? Even I will say, go in the order. You have SMS. Is it right? You have emails. Is that you have email? Now you are almost in every other case you are talking in terms of emails. Okay, in terms of email. SMS also, you are withdrawing money from the bank. What will happen? See the thing, simple process. Is it right? You are withdrawing money from the bank. What will happen? You are withdrawing money from the bank. You will get, see what will happen? You will get one slip. Okay, you will get one slip. It is an evidence. You will get an SMS. It is an evidence. I think I told you in the last session the same thing. Is it? You are getting the SMS. It is an evidence. You are getting an email. It is an evidence. Okay. You are getting a bank statement at the end of the month. It is an evidence. Means now you will have multiple sources. This is what the quantity talks about. Okay. This is what the quantity talks about. You are getting the evidence from the multiple sources. That is more reliable, okay, more reliable than oral representation. Since oral representation means when we are saying it's a oral representation, I can change very simple. I'm telling to myself, I can change my statements. I can change my opinions. That is the reason every time what they say that you have to get written representations from the management. This is one of the things which you should keep it in mind. These are the standard responses for substantive procedures. You should know the techniques. That's all. As simple as that. Automatically what will happen? The things will be easy. Last one. As simple as that. Is it right? Original documents are more important. You don't want to know the photocopy. Is it right? Very simple. Photocopy is less reliable. Original documents are more reliable than photocopies. Families which can be altered by the client. Is that that's what it says? Is that now you can understand what are the quality of evidence? Is that external is more important? Auditor getting information is more reliable. Entity through entity in terms of controls more reliable. Return is more reliable and original documents are more reliable. Okay, fine. I will ask this anywhere, anytime. Okay, anywhere, anytime I will ask. Is that now? The same thing. They are just going through the same. Consider the following piece of evidence. What do you think about them? Do you think that they are good source of audit evidence or not? Sufficient and appropriate. A verbal affirmation from the finance director that the going concern is a verbal, oral communication, less reliable. Is that oral communication? Less. A written statement from the major customer owes the company a material amount at the when you are saying it is written, it is more reliable. Fine. Now you can come to a conclusion. Very simple one. Read the things once class is over, and when you are doing the question answers, you have to be very specific on this. This is that at year-end bank reconciliation prepared by the junior member of the client staff, which has not been reviewed by anyone. See, there are two things are there here. Is that first, it has been the bank reconciliation is prepared by junior member. Okay, and the second one is it has not been reviewed. Okay, it has not been reviewed. If it is prepared by junior member and has been not been reviewed, it is less reliable. They are giving so many examples for you to understand. So many examples. A verbal statement from the financial that all related parties have been disclosed in the financial statements, verbal communication, oral communication, it is less reliable. Is that it is less reliable. We will cover as many. The exam is only about concepts and under situations. Okay, scenarios you have to be very clear. Now, again the same thing. Verbal statements that the entity is a going concern or not. Verbal statements. Is it right? Verbal statements means by orally. Okay, orally. Do not really provide sufficient and appropriate evidence, despite the fact that it is come from, even it is given by the senior staff, it is not reliable. Verbal communication can be retracted, can be changed. Okay, can be changed, and there is no evidence. Is it right? A written statement from a major customer of an amount outstanding does provide a good evidence because it is given in writing, and it is from the major customer. The customer is not the first party, it is the third party. Is it right? External person. The quality of evidence is increased if it is given in original. As that they will say. Now we will say, whenever you are giving a letter, is it right? They say that no, you are giving a letter, it has to be signed, it has to be signed, and it has to have a stamp. Okay, it should have a stamp. Then only it may. That is the reason you see the things. Whenever you are talking about any document at your workplace, what you will do? You will stamp it on the stamp. You will sign it. Okay. Wherever you are putting the stamp, within the stamp you will sign it. Okay. It means they will say in some cases, if you take the banks, is it right? They will say original verified. Is that? They will say signature verified physically. Is it right? They say the signature there will be a stamp. Signature verified physically, something like that. Okay, then that is the evidence. You are putting the stamp and you are signing it on the stamp, means that evidence is more reliable. You are signing in front of the staff, is it right? That is more reliable. Okay, photocopy is not reliable. That is what it says if it is provided in original. You, after the session, whenever it is possible, go through this lecture. Very, very important. At year-end bank reconciliation prepared by the junior, okay, prepared by the junior staff, that is not reviewed, automatically you can understand. I don't want to support anything. You got sufficient understanding. Not reviewed does not provide the auditor with assurance over the cash. Does not provide auditor with that. In this case, the auditor, what the auditor will do? He will do reperform the bank reconciliation, and will find any differences. Means if it is done by a junior partner, junior person, junior staff, again what you are doing the same process. Is it that you do the same process? Once you are doing the same process, if you are convinced, then you can say that evidence is appropriate. Are you understanding? See how much they are focusing on verbal and written statement. Is that now they have given an audit junior has been assigned to the audit of bank audit junior. Always keep it in mind. I am telling you this again and again. By the time we will complete this, we will go for examination. I will make sure two things are very clear. What is the position we are in the question, and what is the environment. Audit of the cash and bank balances of Howard Company. He has obtained the following evidence. The answer is there, but focus. Bank reconciliation carried by the cashier. Is it right? Carried by the cashier. Is that? This is a threat. Which threat it is? There are 5 threads are there. What are the 5 threads? Don't waste time. What are 5 threads?
Self-interest.
Pardon?
One is self-interest.
Yes.
Self-review.
Yes.
Intimidation.
Yes. Next.
Familiarity and advocacy.
You have to.
Inter
Tell me.
Intermediation also.
Pardon? Intimidation.
Yeah.
Intimidation. Okay. Please, I am saying again. You have to do. I want response. Now now the things are, whenever I will ask, wherever it is relevant, I will ask. Is that bank reconciliation carried out by the cashier is nothing but a self-review. Wherever it is relevant, I will ask. Wherever it is there. If you are good here, your examination is perfect. Don't keep everything in the end. I am saying again and again. Review it on daily basis. Bank confirmation. See what they are asking us. What is the order of reliability? Which one is more reliable and which one is less reliable? Is it right? Bank confirmation report from the bankers. Directly you are getting from the bankers. Is it right? Directly you are getting from the bankers. More reliable. Okay, more reliable. Verbal communication. Is it right? Verbal communication. Very less. Okay, verbal communication is the last one. Okay, cash count carried by the junior. Is that you have done, but this is external. Okay, this has been auditor is the external, but what is there? It is not done by the senior, it has done by the junior. Okay, now what we say, the bank confirmation is the first one. Okay, this is the first one. Fine, that's what it says. Bank reconfirmation, then you have talking about the junior, then you are talking about you have done by the review, and the last one is what? Last one is the verbal communication. Is that last one is the verbal communication. Now you understand how the evidence going to be judged. Okay, how the evidence is going to be judged. You have to review. I will ask questions without any prior intimation. Fine, anyway. I'm saying this. Is that so? What sources of information could an auditor use? Is it now? What is the information auditor can use? Information prepared by the management's expert. Is that this? You can use this. Okay, you can use this information provided by the entity, by the firm. Is that international information given by the expert, information given by the entity, auditor generated. You are generating evidence. Okay, you are generating after visiting. While doing the audit, you will collect the evidence. Is it right? Now you are getting the evidence from the previous audits. Now you see the thing. This is what we have done in audit planning also. Is it right? This is what it says. Whenever you are going for an audit, what they will say, you will say that you see the previous auditor's reports. Is that it gives you some knowledge, evidence from the external parties. That these are the five, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the five different types of evidences the auditor can use. Is that for we are doing first two more detail, okay? Next, a management expert is an individual and all. Who is the expert? We are what we have done as an auditor. You can take the help of an expert, okay? But the responsibility is not with the expert. The responsibility lies with the auditor. Okay, the responsibility lies with the. You cannot say that yes, even the auditor is giving the opinion. You should go through that. Even the expert is giving the opinion or any evidence you have to go through because you are the person who is responsible. The management who is managed is an individual and organization. They will say expertise in the specific field, okay? Mostly in terms whenever there is a revaluation, you will get an expert. Whenever you want a legal opinion, is it that you will get you want a legal opinion, you will take the experts. Okay, whenever there is a revaluation of any assets, you will take the experts. Okay, is the field other than auditing or accounting. We are specialized in accounting and auditing. Anything required with respect to information technology. Is it anything with regard to information technology we will need. Anything we need for taxation we will need. Now you are having another new topic, forensic auditing. Is that you will have this area, then automatically you will take the experts whose work is used by the entity to assist in the preparation of financial statements. What the management will do, management will hire people with taxation. Is it management will hire outsourcing I can say, information technology. Is it they want expert people in that. The management will hire revaluation. Legal experts will be there. Is that legal department will be there within the company. Okay. Those are the management experts. Why they are talking about, see, we are talking about the pensions. Pensions in technical words, it is called as actuaries. Is it? It is actually, see what pension is very, very critical one. Is it right? When you are saying pension, you have to give pension till the person lives. Is it right? Is alive. Okay? Till the person is alive. Once the person is passed, you have to give if there is a pension benefits, that will be transferred to his wife. Very simple. Is it right? Is that very simple? Then you have to make sure that how we are going to calculate pension. Any litigation claims, any legal claims, you will hire lawyer. I just told you anything with respect to revaluation. Is it right? You will hire what? You will hire the surveyor. I am talking in terms of bank. I will write the list is endless. Is it right? We are talking in terms of any information technology. Is it right? We will hire people. Is it right? Aviation? We will hire specialists. Okay. Aviation. We will have automobiles. We will hire everywhere, whichever industry they are going to be experts. Okay. These are the if information produced by management expert is used as audit evidence, is that when you are using the information prepared by the expert and that information we are using as an evidence, what you have to do, we should know whether the expert is competent, qualified, they have the capabilities, is it right? They have the experience, and what is the purpose, what is the objectivity. It is not like that. See, what we are saying, we are talking in terms of expert. Okay, he will give you an evidence. Is that what we are doing? We are talking in terms of an auditor. Okay, auditor should not simply rely on what is the evidence the expert is giving. Auditors should also see the thing. Auditors should see whether the expert is qualified, whether the expert is competent. Is it? Whether they have experience, they have qualified experience, and the purpose, objectivity for which they are doing. Is it? That is the most important. Keep this in mind. In question answers, we are going to cover substantial questions on this. Okay, substantial questions on this. Now, when you are doing the thing, this is the first point. Okay, when you are doing the thing, obtain the understanding what they have done. Okay, because ultimately it is the auditors. Is it right? It is the auditor's responsibility. Auditors is going to sign this. Then it is on the table of the auditor that matters. He is going to sign. You should understand what the work has done, and most importantly, evaluate the appropriateness, quality. Okay, appropriate is nothing but the quality of the work done as evidence. Is that if that the work done by the expert, then we have to make sure that the expert should be qualified, experience, and the purpose, objectivity for what they are doing. You should also analyze, understand what the work is done, and the work should be appropriateness of the work. It means in terms of quality. Fine? Are you clear about this?
Yes.
Yes.
Fine. Now, it's a simple. It's very, wherever it is doubt, please stop me. Okay? Information produced by entity, by the firm. Okay? Now, what are the positives and what are the negatives? Obviously, during the audit, the auditors will have to use information produced by the entity. That's all. Is that there is no? This is the first. Is that this is the first stage? Okay? Whatever, any information, whatever the company, firm is, client is giving, they need to evaluate what auditor is doing. What is the audit? Audit is simply the same thing. This is the step one. Okay, we will take the evidence given by the client, information given by the client. They will evaluate whether it is sufficiently reliable. It is related, relevance and reliable. This involves getting evidence for it, whether it is accurate and whether it is complete. Is it? We will not go by the words. Is it right? Whenever as an auditor, is that what you will do? You will evaluate. Okay, you will evaluate the information, whether the information is reliable. Is it right? It is whether the information is accurate, and most important, the information should be complete. That is the reason. Now, I will give one. You are talking in terms of you are making some payment. Okay, assume you are making, as a client, you are making some payment. When we are making the payment, what happens? You have to start from the request. Is it requesting and request for quotation? Okay, request for quotation. They say RFQ. Is it right? They will say RFQ, request for quotation. Then you will submit quotation. You will submit purchase order. Is it right? You will deliver. Is it right? You will have the acceptance. Is it right? You have the acceptance. Then ultimately you will make a bank payment. Okay, you are making a bank payment, and after making a bank payment, again what you are doing? You are doing a bank reconciliation. Is it? You are doing a bank reconciliation. If you take the complete process, is it right? If you take the complete process, it is the completeness. Is it the completeness? This is very, otherwise the payments will not go further. The payments will not be processed without a having a completeness of the evidence. Okay, this could be through signature by a senior member. Whenever you are talking about the evidence, that has to be have the approval of senior members of staff, that this information has been reviewed. You see the things, is it right? Whenever there is a invoice, okay, whenever there is a invoice, now it is in electronic form, is that now it is in electronic form. Even it is in electronic form, somebody, one person will prepare, okay, one person will verify, is it right? One person will review, is it right? One person will approve. Is it right? Sometimes you verify and review. Sometimes it goes side by side. Is it right? But you will have, now what is happening? This is nothing but the control. Now you are doing, what you are doing, you will do test of controls, whether the process is followed or not. Is that the process is followed or not? Is it approved? Then you will have the payment. The payment is done, whether the process has been followed or not. When you are testing these controls, you can come to a conclusion that the controls are effective or controls are not effective. Is it right? What it says, if it is done by a senior member, this should be through a signature by a senior member of the staff that the information has been reviewed. They also need to evaluate whether it is sufficiently precise and accurate. Is that precisely? Very simple. Is that you are buying any product. Is it right? Next time when you are doing this, you will buy, you take the bill. Is it right? You take the bill. Is it right? You will see that you are swiping your card. Okay, you are swiping your card. They'll get one copy of there, and another copy you will have a customer's copy. Is that customer copy? A small slip will be there like this. You take the slip. Next time you review it. Automatically the information will be complete. What you have done. Most important information will be reflected there. Is that important information? There were credit card number, first 4 digits, last 4 digits. Sometimes it will be only last 2 digits will be there. Is it right? It will be last 4 digits, 2 digits will be there. Your amount will be there, date will be there. Is that amount will be there, date will be there. A summary of information will be there. Okay, that is the reason. What it says, why I'm saying is, whenever you are giving that information, the information should be precise and the information should be accurate. You are talking about purchase invoice, you are talking about sales invoice. The information should be there. The auditor, the entity should understand, and the auditor should also understand. What it says, you could be asked to explain what management expert is. This is what your examination link. Okay, to provide examples. This is a knowledge-based question. In the scenario question, a management scenario question means section A or section B. Now both are scenario questions only. Okay, a management expert could be used by entity, and you'd be asked what factors you need to consider before relying on the things. What are the factors we are considering? Here we have done. Okay, what are the factors we have done? He has to be competent, he has to be capable, objectivity. Okay, he has to be competent, he has to be qualified. Is that he has to be competent? Is it right? He has to be competent, and the second one is he has the capabilities. Okay, he has to have a capabilities, and most importantly, it should be objectivity. The specimen paper includes a very simple true and false type multiple choice questions on the use of experts. Understand point? Means in the they have mentioned very clearly. Now you see the thing. See they will give all the inputs. Is it right? This is what you should understand. They will give all the inputs, that where we are going to assess, where we are not assessing, where the questions will be, where the questions will not be. Is it? When placing, it is a very simple question. It's not difficult. Okay. They are, when placing reliance on the work of the expert is the, when placing reliance on the work of an expert is the following statement true and false. In order to place the reliance, the auditor is required to evaluate the work performed by the expert. This is the second point which we have done after competence, capabilities and objectivities. Is it right? Auditors must, you read this one. I told you to send the list in writing. I told you this in the last class, that from where we had, I didn't ask anything more. I asked simply a one thing which I asked. Nobody has sent me. At least you have Thursday, Friday, is it right? Before Saturday class. I'm giving 2 days. Before Saturday class, send me this. Take the lecture 1. Start from the lecture chapter 1 till chapter 7, till current slide. Whatever the ISAs we have done, write ISA with ISA 620. Using this much only I need, using the work of an auditor expert. You need to be very focused. The passing is entirely in your hands. The passing, the more you work, the more you focus, things will be very, very easy. It's not difficult at all. Till now, you tell me one thing which is difficult. Is that auditors must evaluate the work performed by the expert in order to place reliance on this. This is the requirement of what? This is the requirement of ISA 500. ISA 500 is audit evidence. ISA 620 is the using the work of an auditor's expert. Is it? This is auditor's expert. Okay. Management expert is different. Auditor's expert is different. Is it? Now, this is the examination question. Okay, this is the exam. Again, we will do this examination question in our questions. You are an audit. Assume. Are you? Is it clear for you till now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is it clear for you? All 1, 2, 3.
Yes, sir.
Is it? Now, understand. Ask me questions. Understand. Ask me questions. Okay. Revise it. Whatever I am saying, do it. That's very important. Is it right? It's very important. You are an audit. Divide the things. In the examination also, you divide the sentences. That's very important. You are the audit manager of a Daffy company and you are brief. This is an examination question. Understand my point? It is an exam question. You are briefing your team on the approach to adopt in undertaking the review and finalization stage. It is not the planning stage, it is the finalization stage. In particular, your audit senior is unsure what are the steps to be taken in relations of uncorrected misstatements. Some misstatements are there which are not corrected. Okay, they are still pending. Okay, there are some queries are there. During the audit of this is the audit firm. Okay, first you are talking about you are a manager and you are audit firm. This is the client, mini company. The following uncorrected statements has been noted. The property, what are the things? The property balance was revalued during the year by independent expert valuer and an error were made in relation to assumptions. It has been done by a revaluer, expert revaluer, independent expert revaluer, but an error was made in relation to assumption, provided the thing. What you are asking us, describe the factors should consider when you are placing a reliance on the independent auditor. How many marks? 4 marks. This is 2011. Okay, this is 2011. Now, if you convert this into present, means it too will have 2 MCQs on this. 2 into 2 marks, it will be 4 marks. During that time, it was all scenario and there were no MCQs. Now, recently they have started the MCQs. Okay, again, I am giving you a 2 minutes. Read this one. Once it is done, please tell me. Is it done? Is it okay?
Yes.
Tell me, once it is over, just I am waiting for you. Okay? Yes, Gaita and Laila, it's done?
Done, sir.
Okay?
Done, sir.
Now, okay? Fine. What they are asking, see, now, what is the answer? See, point by point, okay? The same thing, what we have done in the lecture notes, we are following. A independent valuer falls under the, who is appointed? It has been appointed by the management expert. Is it? It has been management expert. Okay? Hence, it has been, who has been appointed? They have mentioned here clearly. Is it right? The property balance was revalued by independent expert valuer and it has been done. Okay? Fine. It has been appointed by the management. It has been appointed, hence, what we have to do? The auditor needs to consider whether they are the same thing they are writing. They are not writing anything else. They either have competence, qualified, experience, and objectivity. Competence, capable, and objective. What we have to obtain? They have obtained the understanding of the work done and evaluate the appropriate of work done as a audit evidence. They have not done anything. Just remember, they have taken it from the notes only. This much is important. The independent valuer falls under the category of if it has been done by the management, you have to be, as an auditor, you have to be very careful. You should know whether he is a competent, he has the capabilities and his objectivity. Is it? You once you get the obtain and what he has done, you have to have understanding. Okay, and what you have done, you have the understanding and evaluate the quality. Okay, and evaluate the quality of the work. Okay, and evaluate the quality of the work done by the management. This is the first point. 4 marks, 4 points. Understand point? 4 marks, 4 points. Every point, 2 sentences. One point should not have one sentence only. Is that this is the way? Just you should. What they are saying? They are asking us. They are asking us describe. Describe means see, these are the techniques of getting marks. Describe means you have to describe. One sentence you have to write. What first sentence? It comes under the category of management expert. Second sentence you are describing. Everywhere it will be like this. The auditor should consider the qualification of the valuer. That you have to know whether who is the management expert, what is qualification, whether these are relevant and reliable estimate purpose. Means the auditor should consider the qualification of what you are doing. When you are doing relevance and reliability, we are talking about the quality of the expert. Is that quality of the expert we are just assessing? Is that this is the second point? Is the third point? The auditor must whether the independent valuer actually independent or not. Is it right? We have to know whether he is independent and he is carrying his work as per the objective or not. Is it right? He should be independent. Otherwise, I am a client. Very simple. I will hire some people who know me, whom I know. Okay, whom I know, and I will just place them and I'll ask them that give report that the assets has been increased. Is it that can happen? Is it right? That can be happen. Means the work and entity and there may be any ethical threats. Is it ethical threats? We have done 5. Is it self-interest, self-review, intimidation, familiarity, and what is the last one? Self-interest, self-review, advocacy. Is it advocacy and is it whether there are self-threats present here? The auditor needs to review the work done by the valuer, including the most importantly, you have to done by the assessment of the assumption. What are the assumptions he has used? He has done right. We are not questioning him. Okay, his assumptions are right. Maybe some errors has been happened. Fine, that's not an issue. But discussing the work with the valuer will assist in evaluation. You have to discuss. First and foremost, you have to discuss. Is that 4 points? Okay, 4 marks. Again, I will repeat. The independent valuer comes by appointed by the management. You have to know competence, capability, and objectivity. You have to know what are the qualifications and what are how they have done with respect to how it is relevant and it is reliable. The third point is because he is an independent auditor, he is independent or he is not independent. Okay, we have to think about the objective, the purpose, and is any ethical threats are there or not. And the last one, we should evaluate the assumptions and we have to discuss. If you have any issues, you have to discuss with the auditor. This much you have to write. Is that this much you have to make the sense. Okay. Once after by April, after mid of April, I will ask you to write in your own words. Is it? I will ask you to write in your own words. Understand and you have to write so that it makes things more easy. Is that still I have not started writing part, but once this break is over, then I will start use the writing part. Is it? Now, coming back to this, I will start here and I will cover now in the next session. Audit evidence is required to support financial statement assertions. Now for the first time we are talking about assertions. Is it right? But what are financial, what are assertions? That's very important. The representation by the management explicit, exclusively, is it exclusively, explicit or otherwise, that has embodied, is it right, that has related to the financial, in the they are incorporated, implanted, understand point, implanted, they have taken into financial statements, they have reflected in financial statements. Very simply, they have reflected, they are shown in the financial statements, used by the auditor to consider the different types of misstatements. Is it as used by the auditor to consider the different types of potential. Potential means maybe. Is that future misstatements that may occur. Is it right? That may occur. Still it is a question mark. Is it right? It is the representations of the management exclusively that has been shown in the financial statements, and there is a possible misstatements it may occur in future. Is it? That's very important. Is it? That is talks about the assertions. Fine. Now, ISA 315. They say that what ISA 315 say, they must use assertions. The auditor must use assertions. Very important concept, very important topic. Very important topic, and the moment we understood this, very easy. It's not anything which is difficult, I can say. Assertions, is it right? Now, what are the assertions where we are talking about classes of transactions and events? That is in the statement of profit and loss account. Is that in the statement of profit and loss account, in the statement of financial position? Is it? We are talking about statement of profit and loss. You will have, I will give you example, okay? You will have capital expenditure, okay? You will have revenue expenses. You will have revenue expenses. You cannot mismatch it, is it right? You have to make sure that depreciation has been calculated, depreciation has been shown in the profit and loss as an expense. That is the assertion, okay? That is the assertion. Classes, understand point? What we are saying, if you are talking about non-current assets, is it right? We have to say that depreciation has been calculated, calculation, and depreciation has been shown as an expense. Is that we are asserting that we not only the depreciation has been calculated, but depreciation has also been shown in the financial state, profit and loss account. Account balances in terms of all account in the, see, balance sheet is statement of financial position is nothing but the closing balances. Is that balance sheet is nothing but it is a reflection of closing balances. Once you are talking about closing balances, just now I told you, you are talking about cash and bank balance. Is that you are going to show this cash and bank. I am giving a small example. You are going to show it in the current asset. Okay, you are going. Now you have to make an assertion that what you will do, you will get a return representation. Is it right? Return representation from the bank. Is it right? Return representation from the bank. It makes evidence more strong. Is that it makes, because bank confirmation is an external information. Is that external evidence? External evidence makes things more reliable. Is it right? In terms of presentation and disclosures. in terms of presentation and disclosures. Are you okay about this? Once it is over, when we are coming back, we will see, when we come back on Saturday, we are going to start from the assertions. Can I stop now?
Yes, sir.